Oh man, so the stock market is a little bit tentative today, as you would expect going into the crux of earnings season. We've got the S&P down 0.05%, you've got the Dow down 0.32%, and you've got the Nasdaq slightly up 0.25%. So what is going on? Let's take a look at some of our favorites. So we can see Affirm is up 4%, Netflix up 4%, ChargePoint 4%, Tesla with another 3%. Go on Tesla. Tesla doing really well now. It fell a little bit yesterday after earnings, but earnings yesterday was phenomenal. Gross margin came in higher and they managed to get a good beat, even though the analysts were obviously pushing the numbers up. Overall, it's still a beat and the market knows that they're doing really well. Lucid Group up, probably in a bit of solidarity with Tesla, right? They're realizing the valuation of Tesla's climbing higher and higher, now sitting at 900 billion, and Lucid looks cheap relatively, even though Lucid has a hell of a lot of work to do to get anywhere near Tesla. And I'm not suggesting they will, even though it's a position of mine. Snowflake up 2.55%, Redfin 1.6%. You got Peloton up 2%, Ford up 1.9%. Where we are, we're 16% higher than our 15-day moving average, guys, on Ford. Ford really did, I think Ford broke all-time highs today. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So Ford doing really well. Nvidia up 1.84%. You've got Canada Solar 1%, 2.5% on EHang, 2.4% on Square. Another one of my plays, Square doing nice and well. Good to see that. Square now 10% off 52 weeks high, so still a long way to go. Uber 27% off 52-week high, so they're quite off their highs. And just the market recovering quite nicely, though it's a little bit tentative today. A little bit tentative, as you'd expect with earnings season. Let's take a look. You got the Bitcoin plays all down as you expect. Anytime Bitcoin's calling off, and we know Bitcoin, let's take a look at where Bitcoin is. Bitcoin's sitting at 63, so Bitcoin's coming down for a correction, which if you haven't watched my Bitcoin videos is perfectly healthy, guys. Don't worry if we get a correction down, even down to 59, even I hazard to say down to 54. We're still bullish on the daily for those familiar with crypto. So these Bitcoin plays are obviously going to move in line with that. You've got PayPal down almost 5% after news that there's reports that they want to acquire Pinterest. Very interesting. Now, the reason they'll be down on that news, Pinterest was up about 10% yesterday, but the reason PayPal would be down is because they'd have to dilute to pay for it because they don't have the $70 a share cash on their reserves to make that purchase. Coinbase down 3% as you'd expect. Deliveroo down 4%. Let me take a sip, guys. Go take a sip. You've got Deliveroo down 4%. You've got General Electric 2% down. And yeah, that's where the market is right now. Corsair down another percent. How much dip do I have to buy in Corsair, guys? How much dip does one have to buy? Great question. Right, let's look at the good old SPY. Let's look at the S&P. Let's remove our EMA ribbon because we don't really need it. And let's get nice and zoomed out. Back to the view we expect. Here we go. Now, you can see here, from this correction here, we're massively heading back up. You can see the white line that we've drawn here is the all-time high, the record high on the SPY. And we're just kind of getting close to it. Got a couple of percent more to go here. Just to touch upon, today's been a weaker day, but after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strong days, there's not an issue having a little bit of a correction. Is this a sign of a wider correction? I think not. I think it's just a bit of a wobble, a bit of a worry around some of the earnings seasons and some of the supply chain issues we've been hearing about. That's always going to be part of this. Now, I think we're going to head back above here. Might come down a bit first, then head back out and get a breakout and trend higher on the S&P. I'm still expecting a year-end rally. Let's take a look at the volatility index. VIX, yep, still opened up higher today, but it's just come back down, back to where we closed yesterday. So that's plummeting intraday on the VIX, as you can see there. So VIX looking good. Let's look at some of our favorite stocks. So Tesla on an absolute tear, guys. Look at that. Tesla now closing in on its all-time highs. And if we get a breakout here on Tesla, this could be a massive move. If we get into green space here on Tesla, that could be absolutely massive, because if you could argue that it was up here back then, now with the earnings and the run rate that they're on, with Berlin and Texas coming online, Shanghai really performing well, Tesla deserves to, no doubt it can head higher. Now, I don't think it's going to be straightforward. Even if we do get a breakout, it could retest and head back higher, or we may get rejected now, come back lower, up, down, or even test our EMA ribbon and then head back up on the 200 EMA. Okay, so really strong day here for Tesla. Now, let's take a look at a few other plays. We're getting Lemonade, a little bit of a rebound on Lemonade, okay? Again, you know I was buying the dip here. You know me. I announce it when I do it. Make sure you join in the Discord chat if you want to know when I'm buying and selling my favorite stocks and coins and cryptos. And for Lemonade, we need to go and tackle this level at $80 and then head higher, right? It's going to take a while. It's a high risk, high growth play, young company, disruptive. I don't expect it to run up super quick. It's a long-term hold. Similarly for Matterport, not something that's going to run up quickly. Having said that, I wanted it to come back into the red box and it's not coming back in. So I had another nibble in here. Anytime I get these dips, I'm going to nibble, but I want it to come into my good old box here. Anywhere in this range, even I'll even make this box bigger now. Even anything with an 18 on it. Let's do that together, guys. Let's concede that together. Anything up to 18, I'm a buyer. I want to go heavy. Come in this box, Lemonade, and we're going to buy some more of you. Or Matterport, sorry. And we're going to buy some more of you. Okay, so, you know, sorry if you're in Matterport. I'm in Matterport too, but I'm not ready for it to rocket ship. Remember, we want the price suppressed for long. We need to build out positions. It only needs to go to the moon once. We don't need to go to the moon now. We need to go to the moon once we've got our positions ready, okay? Let's take a look at Palantir. Palantir, lovely upwards channel here on Palantir. Just now we need a nice bounce here that collides with the EMA ribbon. Let's get a nice bounce and let's head higher on Palantir. The key for Palantir is breaking this $30 level. Now, if we trend back up here in this EMA ribbon, we got a little bit of resistance here, but let's say we get past that. This is going to be key because if we can break this 30 level and break out of this channel, we could have a bigger movement to the upside on Palantir, which would also probably coincide with the earnings, which we can see are due at the end of November. So that could be perfect timing here for Palantir and one for us to watch out on. Robinhood, yeah, I don't know. Robinhood's weird. It's been sat here for 40 for ages, and it's like I just wanted to get into the 30s for me to buy it, but we don't seem to be getting, you know, we're not getting lower than this level here. So let's see. Maybe it's one to nibble on. Maybe we'll regret this if this starts bouncing higher, but can't seem to buy it just there. Enphase, big position of mine, doing really well. Nice strong bounce off its 200 EMA and moving higher. We've got a little bit of resistance, which we're coming across right now at 194. We got to break that. You've got all-time highs sitting up here, $2.29, which Enphase can definitely start to head up to and compete with. So looking forward to that run on Enphase. Corsair, the dip that doesn't stop dipping. I mean, this is not good now. This is creating a bit of a downtrend, and I'm not too excited about this downtrend on Corsair. So really want to see what's going on here with Corsair. Want to see this really start to bounce off. You got earnings coming for them. I don't suspect it's going to be good based on the guidance they gave, which is why we're taking this hit right now. But hopefully we can bounce off this $25 level. It's proven that we bounced here, which is where we were buying the dip. Hopefully we bounce off here and head higher. Otherwise it's not looking too good. Even though it's a position of mine, we've now been daily or flip bearish on the daily EMA for a long time. We tried to flip back bullish and we haven't. So we're in a sustained downtrend here on Corsair, and that is what that is. Coinbase, nice, still above 305, really good on Coinbase, really good move, and you can even see my drawing is still there. I'm expecting a correction down, and we've got our red candle there, which illustrates exactly that. And don't be surprised if we come retest 281 and head higher. In fact, that'll be a very good thing to see on Coinbase, so would be happy to see that on Coinbase. What else have we got? We got our new Bitcoin ETF with 2 days of candles. 3 days of candles, sorry. Again, I mean, that's crazy. Don't play with this, guys. Not needed right now, especially when it's so new. Let's look at Lucid. Let's look at Lucid on the daily. Come on. There we go. So Lucid is now much better than it was down here when it was in the 17s. It's now starting to consolidate. It's creating a new floor here at almost 22, which is good news for Lucid. And it needs to build from strength to strength now. Lucid really needs to go for 28 and break through 28. And it's going to need a catalyst to do that, right? It's going to need something really... it's going to need to get cars out to influencers, let people start driving them, get their first cars into production, and that will be the catalyst for us to break 30 and never come back to 30 ever again. And that's what we're waiting for on Lucid. Lucid is a bit of a... How do I describe this? Lucid for me is a bit of a strategic play, right? Like every so often I see these stocks where, you know, not from the technicals, not from the charts, not from anything like that, but just from a fundamental perspective, I can just... from my experience in business, I can just see that they're going to do well. Like just how I judge consumers and their behavior. I know a lot of people anecdotally that don't want the Teslas because they don't feel luxury enough, right? And so I know that if Lucid just come out with a bland EV, not bland as in just a normal EV with no autonomous driving, that's enough for these Mercedes buyers, people buying S-classes, people buying E-classes, people buying CLSs. They will go and buy a fancy interior Lucid with ambient lighting and decent, massage seats and all those kind of things. That's the kind of thing they're going to want. So I can see Lucid doing that. Now, the other play with me for Lucid is, we saw this with Jefferies upgrading Tesla. They said that the gap between OEM manufacturers and Tesla isn't narrowing. If anything, it's widening. And that's very true. For legacy companies, it's very hard to pivot building internal combustion engines for the last 40, 50 years or whatever and flipping across into EV. Whereas Lucid, with their experience, they've been making batteries for ages. They've just got one thing. They don't have any baggage. They don't have any history. They don't have any legacy issues. Go ahead and build an upstart EV company. They're well funded, good market cap, good press attention, and they've really got to move on and push this up now on Lucid. Roku, you've got SoFi. Flat, you've got Plug up 3%, Tesla up 3%, we've covered it, Uber. There you go, guys. So overall, the market is a bit tentative right now. Again, nothing for us to do really, guys. Like we did yesterday, have a look at your favorite stocks. Look at how much they're off on the all-time highs. I made a video yesterday. I've even got the post-it notes still here with the ones I mentioned. That was Corsair, Monday.com, Lemonade, and Palantir. If you want to find out if I bought any of these yesterday, head over to the Discord chat. I'm going to link the link below. It's public, it's free. Head over there. You'll find like-minded people, and I'm going to message over there what I bought from this list yesterday, okay? Because some of these I did buy, and I bought the dip because I still think they're pretty cheap. So head over there to find that out. You're going to see a whole bunch of community around cryptocurrencies and stocks. You'll see individual channels for your favorite stocks. Ask your questions. I'm in there answering questions too. As always, if you like my analysis, if you like my blend between fundamentals and technicals, please consider subscribing and liking the video. If you want to become a member of this channel, click the join button below somewhere. That will give you access to this channel's membership. You get a nice badge next to your name so people know you were here before 10,000 subscribers and you're a true OG. You also get access to the altcoin emojis and stickers, so you can spam those in the videos. But more importantly, you'll get access to the community feed, which is where you can ask me questions on your favorite stocks, what I'm doing, what I'm buying, any advice, not financial advice, just for edutainment, and we'll be able to answer those over there for you. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching this video, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.